Joining us now, Senator Ron Johnson, the chair of the Senate Homeland Security Committee. Senator, good evening to you and good to see you tonight.
Hello, Jackie. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you. Let's start with this. USA Today reporting that 10 officers, most around major U.S. cities, were shot or killed in about a week in January. Criminal justice reform advocates and police union describe it as a byproduct of national violent crime crisis in our country. I want to get your thoughts on this as we are preparing for that second funeral here in New York City tomorrow.
Well, first of all, they're all tragedies. We had 3 officers shot in Milwaukee in the span of a couple of weeks. I believe this is basically the result of the soft on crime policies of Democrat governance. Low bail, no bail. We have catch and release not only on our southern border, we also have catch and release in our criminal justice system as well. And you'll notice, the rising murder rates. We had a record number of murders in Milwaukee last year at 197. These are primarily occurring in inner cities that have been governed by Democrats for decades. So people need to understand what's happening, what's causing it. These things just don't happen. These things happen when you verbally attack police, when you say you're going to defund them, and when you're dedicated to releasing criminals on very low or no bail types of policies. This is what you get. This is the result. This didn't just happen. This is the result of Democrat governance and Democrat policies.
And of course, the pandemic over the course of the last 2 years was the perfect opportunity to advance those policies, if you will. And that's why we are in this situation. But really interesting because we're talking about the administration. We're talking about blue leaders across the country that have instituted these policies. And you mentioned, Jen Psaki talking about being soft on crime. At a press conference for a second day in a row, she took this topic on. She was accused of being soft on crime. She said the administration absolutely is not and always has been ready to combat violent acts. Listen to this, and then I want to get your reaction.
The president outlined a comprehensive plan last year to tackle gun crime that includes giving cities historic funding through the American Rescue Plan to put more cops on the beat and support community violence intervention programs.
Senator, where is said funding? Because in certain cities like New York City, people are still scrambling. They're scared to walk the streets. They're scared to go down into the subway. And they're really waiting with bated breath to see how Eric Adams can fix this mess.
Well, again, remember, it was primarily Democrat ideas to defund the police. Where all this federal money goes, we hear a lot of it goes into green energy programs. I'm not sure where the dollars that the spokesperson is talking about, where that money is going, but it's not fixing the problem. We need to understand that it's their policies. They're soft on crime. They always want to blame the gun rather than the shooter. It's individuals that commit these crimes, and those individuals, once they're caught committing a crime, ought to be put in jail and kept in jail.
Yeah, and of course, President Biden is going to meet with New York City Mayor Eric Adams on Thursday to discuss gun crime. Adams, of course, is really struggling with public unease here, fueled by high-profile violent crimes, as Biden is facing some of these challenges on a national scale, and there are many saying that he should be here for the funeral tomorrow.
Well, again, I won't judge where the president, he's a busy person, where he ought to be, but he certainly ought to be showing a lot more support toward law enforcement, toward our public safety officials than members of his party generally have over the last year or two.
Let me ask you about this. Shoplifting spiking in parts of the country, including in Denver, where Derek Friedman, a business owner, is taking on a 1% fee starting this month on all transactions at his store. And what he's trying to do is recover 6-figure losses that he's faced. Here's what he had to say about the so-called Denver crime spike fee on Fox and Friends this morning.
The crime spike has really occurred as changes have happened in our judicial system. And so you've got situations where cops are doing their jobs and folks in our downtown Denver partnership do their jobs to try to control it. But after folks are arrested and they're just let back out on the streets immediately, there's a very small population that actually engages in this kind of crime. And if they're just let out because we're not prioritizing property crime the way that we should, well, then you get the kind of results that we've seen.
So this is one consequence that he's talking about. Another one here we're seeing in New York City, for example, is so many of the drugstores, including some of the Rite Aid chains, they're just going out of business because they can't deal with the shoplifting anymore. And that really impacts communities as well. Your thoughts?
Well, again, you have these far left-wing prosecutors, district attorneys that say they're not going to prosecute those types of crimes. They actually set a dollar limit. You know, if it's less than $1,000 that we're not going to prosecute shoplifters, that's just giving people a license to steal. And it may be a small percentage of people, but it will be a growing percentage of people when more people realize I can go in a store and I can steal $999 worth of goods and not worry about prosecution. I saw that video. I hope it goes viral of a woman challenging somebody, not letting somebody who's just walking out of a store with a cart full of goods and just say, are you going to pay for that? Unmask them. Finally, the guy just ran away. You know, God bless that woman. But you know, we need Democrat mayors, Democrat attorneys general or district attorneys, Democrat prosecutors to start prosecuting crime. They need to be as tough as that woman was.
Yeah, you're right. And we see it here all the time in New York City. Business owners, they don't want to get involved. They're not police. They're not supposed to be, you know, manning the store in that way. And it puts such extra pressure on them as well. Senator Ron Johnson, great to have you tonight. Thank you so much for your insight, sir.